Salams and welcome. Thank you for joining me in another episode of the English, reading the Quran in English, the Holy Quran, translation and commentary by Abdullah Yusuf A'lee, published by the IPCI, the Islamic Propagation Center International. And today we are busy with chapter number 28, which is chapter Qasas, let's just make sure 5, 6, 7, 8, right? Chapter number 28, known as Qasas or the Narration, right? Chapter 28, part number 2. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. We are continuing the story of Musa alayhi salam, Moses, peace and blessings be upon him. When he reached full age and was firmly established in life, we bestowed on him wisdom and knowledge, for thus do we reward those who do good. And he entered the city at a time when its people were not watching, and he found there two men fighting, one of his own religion and the other of his foes. Now the man of his own religion appealed to him against his enemy, and Moses struck him with his fist and made an end of him. He said, "This is a work of evil, Satan or Shaitan, for he is an enemy that manifestly misleads." He prayed, "O my Lord, I have indeed wronged my soul. Do thou then forgive me." So God forgave him, for he is the oft forgiving, most merciful. Ghafurur Rahim. He said, "O my Lord," excuse me, astaghfirullah. He said, "O my Lord, for that thou hast bestowed thy grace on me, never shall I be a help to those who sin." So he saw the morning in the city, looking about in a state of fear, when behold, the man who had the day before sought his help, called aloud for his help again. Moses said to him, "Thou art truly, it is clear, a quarrelsome fellow." Then when he decided to lay hold of the man who was an enemy to both of them, that man said, "O Moses, is it thy intention to slay me as thou slewest a man yesterday? Thy intention is none other than to become a powerful, violent man in the land, and not to be one who sets things right." And there came a man running from the furthest end of the city. He said, "O Moses, the chiefs are taking counsel together about thee to slay you. So get thee away, for I do give thee sincere advice." He therefore got away therefrom, looking about in a state of fear. He prayed, "O my Lord, Ya Rabbal Alameen, save me from people given to wrongdoing, the Zalimeen." Then when he turned his face towards the land of Madian, he said, "I do hope that my Lord will show me the smooth and straight path, the Siratul Mustaqim." And when he arrived at the watering place in Madian, he found there a group of men watering their flocks, and besides them he found two women who were keeping back their flocks. He said, "What is the matter with you?" They said, "We cannot water our flocks until the shepherds take back their flocks, and our father is a very old man." So he watered their flocks for them. Then he turned back to the shade and said, this is a very, very powerful dua. Just please remember this dua. If you've got any problems in life, whatever difficulties you go, please remember this dua. Rabbi inni lama anzalta ilayya min khairin fakir. O my Lord, Ya Rabbal Alameen, truly am I in desperate need of any good that thou dost send me. O my Lord, Ya Rabbal Alameen. So he watered their flocks for them. Then he turned back to the shade and said, O my Lord, Ya Rabbal Alameen, truly am I in desperate need of any good that you do send me. O my Lord, Ya Rabbal Alameen, truly am I in desperate need of any good that thou dost send me. Afterwards, one of the damsels came back to him, walking bashfully. She said, My father invites thee that he may reward thee for having watered our flocks for us. So when he came to him and narrated the story, he said, Fear thou not, well hast thou escaped from unjust people. Said one of the damsels, O my dear father, engage him on wages. Truly, the best of men for thee to employ is the man who is strong and trusty. Now, in this few verses is the fantastic and amazing lesson and guidance to given to HR organization, human resource organizations throughout the world. If you are running a business, please remember these two qualities, that the best person to hire is someone who is honest and who is hardworking. Right. If you have these two qualities, then you've got a best staff member, and you must look after those people, right? Because there's no point having someone with a very good CV, someone with so many degrees, but if they are not honest and not hardworking, then that degree and that CV means absolutely zero. But if you find someone is honest and hardworking, you can always train them on site. You can train them to follow the mission and values of your company and the operational procedures, and you will have a member of staff who will be an asset to the organization. So in these few verses, we've got the formula to hire the best people, and the human resources organizations or departments in every business or every company can do well to understand or follow this powerful words of wisdom from the Quran, from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to say that the best man to hire is someone who's honest and hardworking. Right, let's continue. He said, I intend to wed one of these my daughters to thee on condition that thou serve me for 8 years. But if thou complete 10 years, it'll be grace from thee. But I intend not to place thee under a difficulty. Thou wilt find me indeed, if God wills, one of the righteous. He said, Be that the agreement between me and thee, whichever of the two terms I fulfill, let there be no ill will to me. Be God a witness to what we say. That brings us to the, let's join me in the next episode, which is part number 3 of chapter number 28. Stay well, look after yourself. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen.